Welcome back from an ad break. As mentioned, we are still busy with the business strategy as a topic. So now we are on our third business strategy. We started with the first one. We said we had integration strategy, went to the second one, intensive. Now we're on diversification strategy. So with diversification strategy, it has three types of strategies. So I normally abbreviate them like this. I say CHC. So it's totally up to you how you're going to learn them, but it's CHC. So we're going to start with our first C, which is concentric diversification. Remember, when you're diversifying, to be diverse, it's basically broadening your business. Basically, you're growing your business by broadening it or by growing as a business. All right, so what does it mean here? With diversification, we are adding new products. We are adding new products, but the manner in which these products are added, it's different. It's not the same. Right, so as mentioned, we're starting off with concentric diversification strategy. So here, the business adds a new product or service that is related. That is the keyword. It is related to its existing product, which will appeal to new customers. So I'm going to give you a scenario here. Let's say this is Maboe Catering Company. In Maboe Catering Company, what we do, we are normally offering beef stew and chicken stew. That's what we are doing. So that's what we do. So if we were to go with concentric diversification strategy, we are now offering fried chicken or fried meat. Do you understand? So the business adds a new product or service that is related. It's food at the end of the day, but it's existing product which will appeal to new customers, so they can choose whether they want the beef stew or they want the fried meat. They'll just have to decide. So that is your concentric diversification strategy. It occurs when a business wants to increase its product range and the market. Like I said, other people will decide we don't want stew, but we want the fried meat or the fried chicken. So you just choose. So we are increasing what? The product range and the market. Right, so that is a concentric diversification. We're going to go with our scenario of Maboe Catering Company. Right, so now when we go to horizontal diversification, remember I said it's CHC. So now we are on to H. H is horizontal. Horizontal diversification, the business adds new product. We are still adding a new product. I hope you can see, even in concentric, we're adding a new product. But here they're saying the business adds a new product or service that is unrelated or different. Let's go back to concentric. It's related. Here it's unrelated or different to existing products, but it may appeal to the existing or current customers. Now we are still on to our company, Maboe Catering Company. So I decide now, if we want to go with horizontal diversification, we are growing our business. So what we're going to do is, since as a catering company, we are catering to different events, be it the matric dance, weddings, funerals. So I decided as part of my business growth, I'm going to add maybe cars in my business, different cars, different luxury cars. So that is adding, we are adding what? A service in what? In our business, basically. So the business adds a new product or service that are unrelated. We've got cars, we've got food. Those are unrelated. However, they may appeal to the existing or current customers. So I say to the matric learners to say, listen, to the school to say, I'm going to come and we are catering. But now since the learners are going to attend this matric dance, we can also offer the cars in case they need the cars, if maybe they need the limousines, whatever the brands that you may think of different cars, luxury cars. I hope you understand. We are adding a new product that is unrelated to what we're doing. It's food and we are offering cars. I hope you understand. Remember, with concentric, it is related. Beef stew and fried meat. It's related. It's food at the end of the day. But here, it's still food, but unrelated, which is cars. But it appeals to who? To the existing customers. The very same people that we are offering food, we are saying to them, we can also give you cars. I hope you understand. I hope it makes sense. Right, it occurs when, still on horizontal, it occurs when a business acquires or merges. We are combining merges with a business that is at the same production stage, but it may offer a different product. Right, we move on to the last one. Remember I said CHC. The last one is conglomerate diversification. The business adds new product. Don't forget when I started, I said we are adding new products. However, the way we add them, they are different. Right, so here the business adds new product or services that are unrelated to existing products which may appeal to new groups of customers, different groups. We remember we are still with Mabue Catering Company. So with Mabue Catering Company, I decide, you know what, I'm going to start a new a salon. So we're going to start a salon, which is Mabue Hairdressing Salon. So it's totally different. We are adding a new service, and it's totally unrelated to the existing service that we are offering, but it appeals to new customers. So we had catering, and then now we have what? We have a salon, like I said. It was catering, and then now we have what? We've got a salon. So this is totally different. So here's a tip here. It says, all diversification strategy, they focus on adding new products. I hope you remember. We've added beef, bride meat today. That was the first one, Concentric. However, the manner in which the business adds these products differs. The first one, we added bride meat. The second one being horizontal, we added what? Different cars, like luxurious cars. We are offering that. And then the last one is a different business, totally different, which is a salon. So it's totally different. Right, still on conglomerate diversification. Conglomerate diversification means that a business grows into new products or services and markets. It's a new thing. Remember, from catering, now we've got a salon. Right. Advantages, if you remember, I said the first one, intensive rather, and diversification, they both have advantages. Right, advantages of diversification strategy. The reason why sometimes you want to diversify is because we don't want to put all the eggs in one basket. Why? Because when they break, all of them will break. When the basket falls, rather, all the eggs are going to break. So what do? We're diversifying our business. So we are increasing sales and business growth. We don't want to depend on one business. All right, my apologies. Let's move on. Right, still on the advantages. It improves the business's brand and image. The third one, it reduces the risk of relying only on one product. I just mentioned that. More products can be sold to existing customers, and more new markets can be established. We did say that. Additional markets can be established. Diversification into a number of industries or product line can help a balance during economic fluctuations. So in terms of like there's this maybe COVID-19, maybe for example, and then the business is not doing well in this business, and then we know that at least in the other business, we can still get more sales on the other business and not rely only on this business only, because we've diversified our business. Right, so now we're going to go to the last one, being the defensive strategy. Remember, we are coming up with strategies because we had problems, we had challenges. So now we've tried all these strategies, they did not work. So we cannot be defensive up until we've tried all these other strategies. So defensive is the last resort. We've exhausted all the other strategies. So now we're going to now we're going to go with defensive strategy as the last strategy. Do not forget. Right. Also in defensive strategy, there are 3 defensive strategies. We've got 3 of them. I normally say it's Dr. L, so which is DRL. So also with defensive strategy, we can't just say under defensive strategy, we're going to start with liquidation. It doesn't work like that. So here we're going to start with the first one being divestiture or divestment, which is one of the first defensive strategy. What does this mean? It says here the business disposes or sell. Keyword here is some assets, not all of them. But the business will sell some assets or divisions that are no longer profitable or productive. So we can say that, okay, that department or that production line is not making profit or it's no longer productive. So let us sell those assets or that portion of it. And then business may sell off divisions or product lines with slow growth potential. Remember, we're being defensive here. The business sells ownership by decreasing the number of shareholders. That is the first thing that you're going to do as a defensive strategy, the first one. Then Unproductive assets are sold to pay off the debt. So that product, not everything, but some, which is the key word here, some assets. So we start with divestiture. Process used to withdraw its investment in another business. So that is divesting. Then, when we've tried the first defensive strategy and it did not work, then we can now do the second one, which is retrenchment. It's not everyone that actually nobody loves retrenchment. What is retrenchment? Here we are terminating the employment contract. Terminating. We are not firing people, but we are terminating the employment contract of employees for operational reasons, mainly because maybe we don't have enough money to pay salaries and wages. So that's what we are doing. We are terminating, or we are ending. The other word to terminate is to end. So people are not resigning here. Please don't confuse that. We are not resigning, but we are retrenching. As the business, we are retrenching by terminating the contracts for operational reasons. We are decreasing the number of product lines or closing certain departments, which may result in some workers becoming redundant, no longer of use. Right, the last one is liquidation, which is the last one. Now, please do not confuse liquidation with what? With liquidity. Liquidity, which is it's basically in securities or investment, whereby it says the speed of converting cash into, in the speed of converting your investment into cash. Don't confuse that. With the liquidation here, all the assets are sold. Remember, we said with divestiture, we said some assets. So here, all the assets are sold to pay the creditors. Who are the creditors? Creditors are people that are owed by the business. So all the assets are sold to pay creditors due to what? To lack of capital or cash flow. Here's a tip here. Business will first implement divestiture, like I said, that is the first one, and then retrenchment strategies to defend themselves, and the last resort will be liquidation, which will be applied as the last resort. Remember I said it's because we've exhausted all the other strategies. Even in defensive strategy, after we've resorted to the first two, then we can now liquidate. We are saying it's over now. So we are selling all the assets to pay the creditors. Then selling the entire business in order to pay all the liabilities or close down the business. So that's what liquidation is all about. Companies in financial difficulty may apply for business rescue to avoid liquidation. So that is it for our business strategies. Don't forget, we started with what? We said we've got four business strategies, and each and every strategy has got 3 types of strategies that we've learned. I hope you've learned, because I've learned so much in this topic and I enjoyed it. I hope you've also enjoyed it. So we've come to an end of our lesson on business strategies. From me, I say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow or next time. Bye.